Good day and welcome to this session. So, I know most of you have been expecting from this class, you have been expecting so much from the class, but don't worry, you are going to get what you're expecting. So, whatever you have been expecting, we're going to make sure we deliver. So, welcome to this class, project writing class. So, today we are going to deliberate fully on how to write a research project. So this is the first session of the class. The class is going to be coming in from different segments, so it will be easy for you to understand, right? So the work you are seeing on my screen here is a topic that we're going to use as a sample, a case study to work with. So let's dive into it. This is non-oil sector financing and performance of manufacturing sectors in Nigeria. So with this topic, I'm going to explain to you how to be able to find out your variables from your topic. The first rule in research writing is identifying your variables. Whenever you're working with any research topic, the first thing you need to do is to identify your research variable. When you identify your research variable, the problem is half solved, right? So the major blunder many people make is they don't even care to know which is the dependent variable or the independent variable. Because in every research, even there are some topics that the topics are not actually looking like dependent and independent variables. But definitely there are still variables inside it. You understand? Some topics there are still variables inside, even though they're not looking like it. But if you go deeper into it, you will see that oh, this is the variable that is inside this topic. So in this place now, what we're going to be doing is, are you saying something now? It's in non-oil sector financing and performance of manufacturing sector in Nigeria. Okay, let me explain this in a lay terms or in an English term. The dependent variable is the action. Is the result. Why the independent variable is the action. So an action that gives you a result. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So the dependent variable is the result. The result you get, that is the resultant effect of what you get after you have placed in a particular action. Why the independent variable is the action that you want to place in, right? For example now, I want to move a chair. I need to apply force to move that chair. The chair that is going to move is the dependent variable. Then me that want to apply the force, I'm the independent variable. So the independent variable needs the dependent variable needs the independent variable to be able to be achieved or accomplished. So the independent variables helps the dependent variable to be accomplished, right? So in this case now, what do you think is the result here? Performance. Performance is the result. So let me make it bigger. Dependent variable is performance. Dependent variable performance of manufacturing sectors, right? Then the independent variable is now the major independent variable is non-oil sector financing, right? Non-oil sector financing. So, and you can see that one thing about research work is to make the work extensive and expansive. There are metrics we use to measure all these variables. So those metrics are what you are going to be diving into as the objective. That's where you are going to be developing your objectives from. You understand? So the metrics for measurement of those variables are where you derive your objective from. See, research is like Research is very easy because what you start with is actually what you're going to end with. As you are going, you are just expanding the same thing that you have done before, right? So first of all, we are going to find the metrics to measure the independent variable. So we will take this non-oil sector financing. Take it maybe if you want to go to Google, but I'll be using ChatGPT. I want to go to Google. But before you use ChatGPT, please, there is something you need to tell it. You will tell it that I am I am a research project writer. I want you to act as my research assistant. I think it's slow. I don't even know why it's slow. Okay. Maybe it's making it slow. They say, hey, I'm happy to assist you with your research projects. Please provide the details of the topic you're working on. Let me know how you can further. Just interact with it. Can we work together? Interact with it. So this interaction you're doing with it, you are building it. You are trying to build it sense to understand that, oh, this is what you are going to use it for. Sometimes I want to say, hey GPT, how are we doing today? So just build it. Just build it. So when you build it, it will understand that it will really understand what you want to use it for. So copying this, you paste it, you double tap. I need matrix of variables to measure non-oil sector financing, right? So give you the prompt and wait for the response. So he's giving me what I will use to measure non-oil sector financing. You see, to measure non-oil sector financing effectively, you need to identify approximately metrics or variables that captures various aspects of financial support provided to the non-oil sector. Here are some key metrics. So this is commercial bank loans. So commercial bank loan, copy this. Gives an list of variables of the independent variable. So independent variable. So we have commercial bank loans. We have foreign direct investment. So as you can see, I took the commercial bank loans, then foreign direct investment. Foreign direct investment. So if you check, you see commercial bank loan is the aggregate amount of loans disbursed by commercial banks to the non-sector business. That is the loans that is disbursed by commercial banks to the oil sectors. You understand? So you can say that it's a financing method, right? It's a non-sector financing. It's a financing method. So I'll take this foreign direct investment. Then just look for the better one. Government expenditure. Government expenditure is financing, right? It's financing. So you take government expenditure. Yeah, let me just leave all these other ones. I think I'm okay with three. But if you are doing a maybe a PhD research, in that case you'll be working with around 6 to 7 research questions. So you should have at least 6 to 7 independent variables also. So these are our this thing, so variables of the independent variable. Then let's do the same for performance of manufacturing sectors. Performance of manufacturing sectors, right? So we copy performance of manufacturing sector. We also tell it to give us the same thing. But sometimes you may not actually want to um, um, complicate things, because using a dependent variable to an independent variable is simple linear regression method. Then using one independent variable to multiple to the same dependent variable, different independent variable to the same dependent variable, that is a multiple linear regression. So depending on the kind of way you want to do your work, or depending on how you want to do your job, you understand? So but let's just review this, because you're also going to need to review it in literature review. So let's review this. So you give it to GPT, you tell it, I need the matrix to measure performance of manufacturing sectors. Right? So to give us the matrix to measure performance of manufacturing sectors. We need to identify the relevant matrix that captures. Okay, say production matrix, financial. Okay, we have we have different kind of metrics. So we have the financial metrics, we have the production metrics, which is they are increased in production. You understand? Then we have the financial metrics, that is cash flow, the finance, operational metrics, their operational efficiency, their quality of service, whether it's improving or declining. So all these things are performance metrics. You understand? So all these things are performance. But in this case, we're actually looking at financial metrics, because our major goal is cash flow. You understand? So if you check here, we'll see revenue, profit margin, return on assets, return on equity, earnings before interest, tax, that is any earnings. You understand? Earnings. So the major one we're working with is the revenue. The revenue is the total income generated from the sales of manufactured goods. So revenue, profit margin, return on assets, return on equity. Among these four, I think return on assets and return on equity and profit margin is cool. So this is cool. So this is cool. This is cool. You see, profit margin, return on assets, return on equity. So this is cool. So this is how you get your variables. You first of all identify the variable from the topic, then you get them. You get your variables out of those topics, right? So in the next class, what I'm going to teach you is how we can develop these variables now into a background of study. How we can use the variables to develop a professional and a perfect background of the study. You understand? So, like I told you before, project writing is just easy, right? So it's not really something that is so difficult, right? It's easy. It's just you just have to follow the methods and the format of doing the academic job. You understand? So it's not something that is big or too much to do. It's very easy to do, right? So what you're going to do for me now, you're going to do an assignment for me. So the assignment will be Assignments. Choose any topic of your choice in your field of study. Identify the dependent variable and the independent variable. Give me at least let me say 3 metrics each that would be used to measure the variables. So do this for me and submit it. I will review them. I'm going to definitely review it. So please do this assignment for me. Look at the assignment again. Do it. Choose any topic of your choice in your field of study. Identify the dependent variable and the independent variable. Give me at least 3 metrics each that we use to measure the variables. So from what we have done so far, just do this for me, okay? So let me save this as lesson 1 so that when we continue from the next class, we know that this is what lesson 1, right? So project writing tutorial lesson 1, right? Saving it to signature. Okay, so please do this. See you in the next class. Please make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. It is very essential you do so, please. You understand? So for us to grow, we will appreciate if you like and what subscribe. You can also share the link to the class to your friends for them to watch participate also. Thank you very much. I'm Francis Newton. I remain your research expert. Thank you. See you in the next class.